Ho, 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 ho. Welcome to another door on the TooFatLardies Advent Calendar for 2023. Today is December the 20th. You've only got a few days now to go out to buy that special present for your loved one. So if you've not already done so, and if you don't want to end up going to the corner shop or the garage at the end of the road to get a present on Christmas Eve, I suggest that as soon as you finish listening to this Advent broadcast, that you get yourself to the nearest department store and buy something lovely and fitting for your nearest and dearest. But until then, let's see what's behind door number 20. Door number 20. Right. Project 24, it says. What is inspiring you for 2024? What project do you tend to deliver on? Where is that project now? And what is it about that project that inspires you? And what do you want to achieve? Wow, okay. Now, there are lots of things which are currently in the pipeline, and that pipeline is still very, very active. We, during COVID, went rather mad and launched a whole load of different ideas which are still taking time to come through. It does take a while, I know, for some of these games or manuals or supplements that we talk about to come through the pipeline, but they are moving. And one of the things I really want to work on next year is a partnership that Richard and I have spoken about, where we're going to come back together to work together on creating a game that we are currently calling Go Commando, which is going to bring to life some of the excitement and drama of those very small unit actions in World War II. So one of the things that most excites me about this is that, well, firstly, we're going to get to work together again on something that's going to be great fun. And secondly, I'm quite excited about it because Richard and I are both approaching it from very different angles, I think. At the moment, Rich is focusing on rebuilding his SAS and LRDG forces for some of these actions in the desert that are, you could imagine some of the actions from the BBC SAS Rogue Heroes programme might be fantastic fun to take some of those to the tabletop. Whilst I'm currently more interested in the blackened face and the cap comforter style commando raids of Northwest Europe, maybe with, in going ashore from canoe, or creeping about the alleyways of occupied France to capture that hideous Nazi general. I just know that we are opening a Pandora's box of game potential, which is going to end up with me and Richard building some very niche forces, which should be great fun, and hopefully creating what is an exciting and fun game that we can share. It's also lovely to think that this game will actually create some real challenges for how complicated that type of game can be. Small unit actions come with some interesting challenges. Commando raids come with some interesting challenges. Commando type actions will typically happen at night. So we have the challenges of working around night fighting. They typically happen in a situation where one force is surprising the other. So there are elements of night fighting combined with alarm systems and responses of units and cutting through wire, smashing through gates, arriving by parachute, coming from the sea. All those kind of things are going to need to be in there somehow. And the more I think about it, the more scary that sounds. But those constituent parts, those mechanisms, have got to be worked through. And what's great, of course, about this is that it's going to be different. It's going to need to be different. It's not just a case of taking chain of command and putting it in a big mixing bowl with What a Cowboy and coming out with something which is a mix of the two. I think from our discussions so far, it's going to be something quite different. I certainly think at the moment, Richard and I are thinking about it in similar but interestingly different ways. And I think that's really going to shape what comes out at the end. It's going to be good fun to play test it. I can't wait to come up with some scenarios, and I can't wait to shape some ideas and to use some hopefully different mechanisms. I don't quite know what they're going to be yet. I don't quite know even what, if we're going to come up with anything at all, to be honest. I guess we might explore this avenue and think, oh, this is crazy. you know, we can't achieve this. But actually, I think we've got some really good energy for it, and I'm hugely looking forward to getting back into development cycle with it. Although I'm a bit nervous about what it's currently going to mean for me in terms of new things that I might need to buy. I've already, for instance, purchased a 1/48 scale German Arado seaplane because I thought what a great thing that would be to have that standing at the end of a jetty, you know, and for this evil German to try to escape along the jetty into his Arado, or will the commandos be there to cut off his escape, etc. Just things that you know could be good fun. But of course, we've got to make them also so that we can recreate historically realistic scenarios as well. So we're going to have the fun part, the realistic part, all thrown in together, much as in the same way we try to do anyway with some of the other bits. But I think it's going to be really good. And however, it's going to be testing and challenging and good fun, all in equal measure. And when it will finish, who knows? We've said Project 24, maybe it's Project 25. But whatever it is, it's going to mean that we're going to take some interesting games out and hopefully get people to have a go, be involved with playtesting, and see what new we can create as we go commando for 2024.